the knee-jerk reaction to this game, obviously, is to grab the Kings. I mean, they look like world beaters in their blowout of the Warriors, while New Orleans, loses a tough game to the Lakers, and now they're going to be without Zion. As impressive as Sacramento's win was the other night, let's not forget they beat a Golden State team that is not as good as we want to believe the Golden State Warriors were. I mean, they're a shell of themselves. It's Steph Curry and a bunch of other guys that, a couple of them are in the way back part of their careers. They don't play any defense. And, the Kings, this was a big revenge series for them. It was a revenge from losing the series last year. They got the job done against Golden State. That was a very satisfying win. So it'd be very easy just to go ahead and grab them to win this game, but I'm not going to do that. They got to go out on the road now, and they're going to face New Orleans. The Kings hit everything they put up. And as I said, Golden State's not a good defensive ball club. They're going to face a much tougher defense in this game against New Orleans. Granted, they're not going to have Zion, but you know me. I like to go to the injured player theory. This is, first game without the star. There's going to be an overreaction by the market, and you've seen that. This line is crossed to Sacramento being the favorite. Combination of as good as Sacramento looked, they hit 46% of their three-pointers the other night against Golden State. They shot better from three than they did from two. Okay, that's not going to happen here. And I'm going to point this one out, and I know Teddy and I were on opposite sides of this game the other night, but maybe I'm a little bit biased, and I'm sure Teddy will disagree with me, but the Lakers got all of the calls in that game, it seemed. They went to the foul line 29 times versus only 15 to New Orleans. The difference of the game, obviously, was the differential at the foul line. And, of course, the final 3 minutes and 19 seconds without Zion. But I'm going to go ahead and take that injured team. I think the rest of the team's going to rise to the occasion to get the job done. Golden State was, they were a play-in team, and they were the bottom play-in team. The Lakers, when they're healthy, and I'll give them, credit, they're a much tougher out. So I am more impressed with New Orleans' loss, if that makes sense, than Sacramento's win. And I'm going to go ahead and take the perceived value that I think is there with them on their home floor. And they've dominated the Kings this year. So I'm going to take them to get the job done and advance to the playoffs. And then we'll see what happens after that and how long they're without Zion.
So I want to ask you this, Marco. Can home court be a disadvantage? Because when we look at New Orleans over the course of the last month, lose at home to OKC, lose at home to Boston, lose at home to Phoenix, lose at home to Orlando, lose at home as double-digit favorites to San Antonio, lose at home to the Lakers, so they have to play in the play-in game, and then lose at home in the play-in game to the Lakers. That, my friend, would be 6 straight losses, 7 in their last 8 home games, and it really felt to me the last couple of home games that pressure is wearing on New Orleans. Is this a team you're comfortable? I mean, meanwhile, they went on the highway and had a great road trip, beat everybody. They beat the Warriors, Kings, Portland, and Phoenix. But in this building, you can sense the pressure on this team. You can sense the weight on their shoulders. Without Zion, are they good enough?
Well, it's absolutely good question. You're bringing your A game today in the cross examinations, Teddy. With that rundown that you said, the only team in there that the loss was really ugly to me was the San Antonio game. Every other team you rattled off in there is a playoff team. And I'm saying when I say playoff, I mean the top 6, except the Lakers, which, like I said, when they're healthy, you got to admit, the Lakers aren't a play-in caliber team. They're better than they are when they're at full strength, which they are now. And that was part of my handicap the other night when I took New Orleans, because I knew they had the mulligan, and they knew they had the mulligan. So if that little pressure thing of being at home, one and done, would have been more of a factor. The fact that I knew that you were kind of playing with house money. Okay, if we lose to the Lakers, we still get another home game and we'll face either Golden State or Sacramento. Now, with that said, you go, so what's different tonight? Well, I actually think because Zion's out, nobody's giving him a shot. Okay. So I think there's actually less pressure on them because Zion's out. They have a built-in excuse, so to speak, if they lose tonight. And I think they can go out and just get it done. And I don't want to say, because I know the comment section will say, are you nuts? Sacramento going to be flat? It's a playoff game. No, they're not going to be flat, but they might just be a little bit too comfortable after getting the news that they don't have to face Zion. Mentally, you say, hey, we just caught a break. And the fact that they had that win so easily over what is kind of their built-in rival with Golden State because of proximity in that epic 7-game series last year, I just think they're going to come in here just a little bit too comfortable, and I think that'll be a mistake looking past this Pelican club in any form.